having quite a time with the live just completely stalling out. And so that's kind of crazy. I hope people can see this, but let's just go back to my channel, back, and see if it comes up on my screen. Home decor stitching, and then we'll go home stitchery decor. I'm hoping this is not a scheduled one here. It's saying 8:02 p.m. No. Are you guys here now? Can you see this one? Wave if you can hear me chatting here right now. Oh, we've got 5, so I think we're actually going to be able to work right now. Okay, so I'm home stitchery decor, and I got asked yesterday to do a live with making layered mandalas with Cricut. So right now I'm just pulling you guys up on my big television screen here so I can see the chats as they come through in case something else goes wrong here. And I can't see the little ones on my phone. So we'll have to mute. Hi, so-and-so. Hello. Better late than never. This thing kept stalling out. I'm like, please work. But it kept stalling out. Okay. I'm going to flip the camera around just so you guys can see what we're going to make. And then we're going to do some of the process here today. Okay, let's go. All right, so these are my layered mandalas. I might need to turn off this light here for backlight. 1 sec, so you guys can actually see these. Oh, that's much better. Okay, these are made with paper. They are all my own original designs. They're 5 to 7 layers of paper each. You can purchase the designs right from my website, and then I make them with my Cricut machine. And for today's video, I put a coupon code on my website. If you want to purchase the designs, it's YT, so YouTube, YT, Mandala, MANDALA. Okay, so we're going to make it with the Cricut machine. And these are the designs right on my website. I've linked the product designs to this tutorial. So they're linked to this video right now. And then you download the designs and you're going to upload them onto Cricut Design Space. And once you've got them loaded up there, we're going to cut them 1 layer at a time. Now I have these pre-sized. I'm going to go to my stuff because it's already in here. I have them pre-sized for 12 by 12 inch shadow boxes. And let's pick one here to make. Let's pick this one here. I like this one a lot. Hi, everyone. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're just going to hit customize down here on the bottom part of the screen. And I like to turn off every layer except for the one that I'm cutting. I'm going to work my way backwards on them so that I have the easiest one coming out first and then the hardest one coming out last, and then hopefully we'll be able to get these all stickied together and put into a frame here. So we're going to put it on matte for any material. We're going to hit confirm. We're going to hit continue. And I've got my Cricut machine turned on, so we'll just wait for it to find it. Hi, Deanna. Zombie Sweethearts, hello. Hello, hello, everybody. Okay, we're going to use cardstock for intricate cuts. We're going to make the pressure more. Okay, so now I'm going to put my camera into my stand here. So bear with me as I do that because it does get a little bit janky here. But here are some of the other ones that I have lined up. I do these massive, massive Christmas markets, so I need a whole bunch of this stuff ready to go. And we'll get this this phone put into the phone stand here. Unfortunately, with the lives, it's kind of hard to get everything into the shot without moving the cameras around and stuff. Okay, so we'll put a couple of these to the side. We might talk about these as we go. And how many do we have? Oh gosh, I've got you guys the wrong way around. I got you guys the wrong way around. That means I cannot see the chats. Hang on, we're gonna turn. We're turning and we're turning, and there's all my scissor collection. I'm sure you're very interested in that. And we're turning, and then we're gonna flip the screen here. Okay, better. Hi. So I have piles and piles of them getting ready to go. I like to have a few backup ones anyway, just in case somebody wants to special order something. I get them kind of pre-cut. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the paper that I use. And if you need like this step-by-step tutorial for how to download these and upload them into Design Space, I do have a long form tutorial as well where I walk you through each and every step. But today we're just making them. So there is a tutorial. I will link it in the video description here for you guys, or have it as like a thumbnail at the end of the video for you so you can see it. And here I've got a few more kind of half made here. What I really need to do is go through this pile and finish them all and then put them up into those bins that I showed you. So they're up out of the way. But of course, you know, there's only so many hours in the day. So I know for sure white and creams will sell. And do I need any more of them? I'm just going to pick the colors here. Let's do it with black and cream. So I'm going to figure out how many layers there were to this one. Do I have one started? Hang on one sec. I'm just going to see. I'm going to cancel the cut here and just see. Cancel. There's 6 layers to this one. So I'm going to pick my papers from 6 layers working backwards. So I'm going to have the dark layer on the bottom. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to alternate this one with white and black. This is Recollections Collections paper. You can get it at Michael's. And I also have a link in the video description for Cricut and all of their stuff. I'm an affiliate for Cricut, so they give me links to share. So if you want to purchase anything that you see here, you can go ahead and get that from Cricut. Sometimes they've got some good deals. Put our chair to the side. And for this project, I highly recommend using a new mat. And this, all my mats are falling out. Did you guys see that? Pretty funny. Let's get them picked up. This mat I used last night. I made one Christmas card on it. So this is a used once mat. We'll be able to use this one, but I definitely recommend do not use an old tattered mat for this project. You will be very sad. And you kind of almost don't want it too sticky. So I like to start at the back of the mandala and work my way to the front, especially if I have a new mat, because it just, the very, very top layers of it are super duper fine. And if we can get them stuck down properly, everything will go better and you won't cry. And really, we shouldn't be crying and crafting, but I think often we do, right? There's no crying and crafting. Okay, so we're going to get black paper here. And this is 12 by 12. So we'll lay this down. And now we've got our brayer. If you don't own one of these, don't cheap out. Get yourself one of these. It has made a world of difference for me. It rolls everything down onto the mat and makes it stay there, basically. Just like actually stay. Okay, so I need to set up the cut here again. Confirm. Continue. Because I turned it off there so I could count how many layers were in this design, which I probably should have done before I went live, but you know what? We're live, and that's what happens. So who was here yesterday watching the magnets? I had such a good time with them last night. I finally got, you know, the whole process figured out. And in an update too, if you, excuse me, if you were watching the magnets yesterday, I was cutting them at 2.5 square. And then every once in a while, the plastic wouldn't wrap around. Hi, Sabrina. Welcome back. The plastic wouldn't wrap around, so I was getting a little bit of waste. So I decided, I wonder if I cut these at 2 1/8. And then once I did it at 2 1/8, I didn't have any where the plastic didn't wrap right the way round. So 2 1/8 is what we need to do those magnets at. So we're going to just set this up cardstock for intricate cuts. The pressure is going to be more, and we'll get this going into the machine. So it's going to go back and forth, measure all the stuff it needs to measure. I'm going to put a couple of these to the side. We're going to hit go. And this layer will cut fairly quickly. Then we need to find, here it is. We are going to need double-sided foam tape. Yes, I was here. Happy Tuesday, Steph. How are you doing today? I was here. So double-sided foam tape, Cricut machine, recollections, collections, paper. We need a 12 by 12 inch shadow box frame for this. And those I get at Michael's. And if you are in Canada, I don't know if they're in the States too, but in Canada right now, they are buy two, get two free. So here they're priced at $39.99 Canadian, and they come in a set of 2. And I don't know how long the sale will last. So today's Tuesday. I think their sales start on Thursdays. I want to say Thursdays. So it should be done there as well. You could make rope bowls for the kitchen to match your rugs and tea towels. I could, but I haven't. And I'm kind of busy right now, so I haven't done that. All right, so this is what it's going to look like right now. You can see this is the basic cutout of the edge here. And what we need to do, can you guys see this? Do I need to bring this down a little further? I don't know how I would bring it down a little further. Essentially what you guys need to do is put the mat up like this, put your design down like this, and roll the mat away from the good paper that is like the mandala itself, and just ever so gently guide this mat off of it, because if you push it and roll it, the paper will roll, and you don't want that. So this is our first cutout. This is going to be the very back. Super easy. There's the back of the design. So we'll turf this paper off to the side and very quickly get our new white paper in. We're going to hit done on here, and now we're going to turn the eyeball off for the bottom layer, and we're going to turn the eyeball on for the 5th layer, because I do like to cut these, like I said, one at a time. And so just line this up, get your brayer again, and rolling onto the mat. Make sure everything's stuck down super good, you guys. You will thank me. because these designs are super duper duper intricate. So we're going to do on mat again. We're going to hit confirm, continue, and we're doing intricate cuts with more pressure. That's what we're doing. You can see? Okay, I'm glad you can see, because yeah, if you can't see, then what's the point, right? Intricate cut with more pressure. We've got our arrow flashing here. This one's going to take a little while to cut, so we're going to have to visit. We're going to have to visit. I don't know if Lisa's here. Lisa, girl, if you are, I tried so hard to get on, and the live just kept kicking me out. And then when you go to do live, you can't copy and paste any of the links in. You have to type them in manually, because I don't think they want people like spamming the internet. So I do apologize for being late here today, but I'm here now. And I was here, but it just kept kicking me out. And you might have seen them like repeatedly trying to pop up onto YouTube. I think it was like 4 times that it popped up and then booted me back out. So it is what it is. Okay, so this one's going to take a while to cut. And while we're doing that, some of the layers take a little more time than others. While we're doing that, we're going to tell you about the design itself that we're cutting, and I'll show it to you. I think I've got it here in 3 different colors. So it'll just depend on, you know, what your fancy is, or what you like for colors. So this one is black and cream and white. And you'll be able to see how detailed these fine little cuts are in here. So if something isn't perfect, I chuck the piece of paper and I start over. So these are delicate designs. And I can tell you the story about them too. A few years ago, I wanted to make something that would make me money while I was sewing. So I bought a Cricut machine, having never used a Cricut machine before in my life. And essentially I went on to Etsy and I found the most complicated thing I could find. And then, oh, this one's gonna fall over. I reverse engineered how to design it and designed my own patterns. And now this will be cutting designs out while I'm sewing. Or you saw that I had cards as well. I have a line of gift cards as well. And so this is the design here. Again, this one is in pink and cream. Exact same design, but you can see here the difference. My face doesn't matter. Like the difference in how the design looks just by changing up the colors. And so we're cutting the second layer here. The second layer is going to take a little bit to cut. So you can leave and come back if you need to on these lives. But essentially we're going to make this color here right now. And that one is in the black and the light cream. They are beautiful. They really are. They look like lace doilies. Like, I don't know if you can see that well, like on the camera. But I've been making and selling these for years. And then when I have my stands done up, I have a mandala in coordinated colors to sell basically the set. So I have a bunch of different designs. And if you want to purchase the design, I've tagged them here on this video, but use the code YT Mandala. So YTMANDALA, and there's a discount for this live on my channel right now. So go ahead and get yourself one of these. And my craft room's a little bit of a mess, but I feel like, what should we do first? Should we do a little craft room tour, or should we do the members only announcement? You guys vote. Will it work with a brother scan and cut? They're SVGs. So I don't see why not, right? Like it should work with a silhouette and it should work with the scan and cut, and they're pre-sized. I definitely do not recommend downsizing these designs. If you want to make them and you want to upsize them, go ahead. But because the details are so fine on these designs, I absolutely do not recommend making them any smaller. Yeah, they should. Okay, thank you. So-and-so, are you Sabrina? What's your name again? I keep getting buggered up with these. I'm Jolene. I'm from Home Stitchery Decor. Okay, and we're making layered mandalas here with our Cricut machine. Okay, and then we had a vote here from one of my regulars to go do a little tour. It's kind of a mess in here today, but I know you guys don't mind. So we'll do a little tour while we're cutting these out, and we'll show everybody what we're cutting out because I know some people come and go. So flip this around and we'll give you a little tour here, okay? Sabrina, yes, see? I knew it. I'm starting to remember. Okay, so this is what you guys are seeing right now. This is my craft. Can I turn on a light over here? Craft cupboard slash countertop. Hello, everyone that's saying hi. Okay, so we have the mandalas lined up on the side here. And then underneath this, we have cube storage, which holds all of my folded fabric. And then in the cupboards, you know, because people want to see in the cupboards too, right? In the cupboards, this is my Christmas card. Well, actually my whole entire card setup. So when I'm making my cards, which you guys will see here in a second when we do the tour here, this is everything that I need to make those cards. So the paper is on top. I've got the glitter inserts in these drawers here. I have the embellishments that I put on the insides of the cards, all sorted out by color. You can see I've pre-cut a whole bunch for my Christmas market because I'm going to be assembling cards here pretty quick. This cupboard over here, a little bit of a mess, but it has a whole bunch of ribbon and frilled broadcloth. And then the third cupboard over here, this is where I have all my packaging and tagging. So I think it was Sabrina yesterday actually that was asking me about where did I get the tag. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I pre-order all my tags here and then I put them on my products. So they're designed on Vistaprint, and then I have one for each product. So I have soup cozies, rugs, dish mats, my potato bags, pillow shams, dish towels. And then I have, of course, the little white tags that I would put my SKU and barcode on, and then the pins, very important, to actually pin them to my products. So that's this side. And we can see here, my phone just went wonky on us here. Let's tighten this up a little bit. The machine is still cutting. I would say, I'm going to tighten this up, you guys. Probably at a quarter of this design right now. So a couple of the pages are taking a while to cut. All right, then this is my just my computer area. And as we swing around to this side, you'll start to see where the mess is piling up. I have my my own embroidered reindeer design that I make, and that machine is typically running, but because I'm doing a live here, I've turned that off. We've got that new sewing machine I got last week, which is the FAF Creative Ambition 635 here. It's got 198 stitches on it. You know what? I didn't put a link in for the sewing machine, so I'll do that after the fact. So there's the embroidery machine, and then here's all the other machines I have lined up. They all have a job, and I had staff that I actually just let go a while ago, so all the machines came back. And then, of course, under here, we have the Cinnamon, who is always napping. Hi, Cinnamon. Are you going to say hello today? Oh, she's like, not a chance, Mom, you're working. She's so funny. She's 11, so she doesn't need a nap. Then on the table here, I basically just moved everything that we were working on yesterday onto the table. I'll get back to it later on tonight, but these were the magnets that we were making. Yeah, the dog, the best of all, right? Everybody's got to have a dog. So here are my new magnets. I just started this product. So we'll see how that goes here. Then on this side of the room, this is where I have all my stands with coordinated products that will be at the Christmas markets with me. So every stand has pillows, dish cozies, or soup bowl cozies, dish drying mats, tea towels, dishcloths, cards, and they will all have, every bucket here will be full before I head off to the markets. It's just a matter of me working my butt off right now and filling the colors in. So here is red and blue. And you can see here, those would be my card collections. I always have 2 coordinated colors of dishcloths. And then this year I'll be selling fabric as well. And so, like I say, every stand, there's the tea towels actually for the red. We need to fill that in a little more. The markets start November 6th. And so here is the teal collection. And again, soup bowl cozies. I actually have potato bags done in this color as well. There'll be potato bags in every color. Here is another card in a different color here. We've got tea towels down here and then pillows. And then we're off to the gray collection. So the tea towels are all hung up. And I've got a little rack here with some stockings on it. I have a bunch more stockings, but they're not hanging on here right now, just space concerns. Here is the gray. Yes, I have a store. You have no idea. When I go to Christmas markets, the amount of stuff that I sell is absolutely bananas. So I have to, I have a dollar amount in mind for what I need to take for stock. Anybody want to guess what the dollar amount's going to be this year for how much stock I need to take to these Christmas markets? Now, this great big, I'll point it out here. Can I see it? This basket. There it is, this basket. I actually got that last week. Somebody delivered a big basket of chocolate and shortbread cookies to us for helping. It's our financial advisor. We referred a couple people to him. So he sent me a big basket of chocolate. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to save that basket. It's so nice. And then repurpose it for myself for Christmas markets. Okay, so here is the black and yellow collection. And I know sometimes it's hard to see because it's all stacked in here. But what I'm going to do, these racks will not be this packed full at the markets. The stands are right now because I'm adding more products. But what I'll do is I will have extra Rubbermaid bins. And then each color I have here, I will have a Rubbermaid bin or 2 of extra product with me. And then as the shelf gets shopped down a little bit, I will be able to just open up that Rubbermaid bin and restock it because I want my shelves to be full for all the weeks of the markets. And so here we've got my sign and then a stand here that has a whole bunch of quilting fabric on it. And as you can see, we've got black and cream towels, and we're going to just come into the cream. And here's a whole bunch of jelly roll rugs there as well. And I have my iron out. I maybe should have put it away, but I was working on it with it last night, so is what it is. So now we have the cream and brown stand. And as you can see, there's not very much brown on it, so I really need to restock that, which I will. Here's another card from my collection. Here's some more fabric that we have, handmade dishcloths that I'm doing. 5,000? Higher. Higher. Try again. 5,000? Nope. No way. Okay, now up here I have a whole bunch of mandalas that are framed and they're up on the wall. You'll see these in my videos all the time. All of these will be packed into bins and taken with me. They'll all be cleaned, of course, before the markets as well, because, you know, sewing rooms, they get dust and stuff. And here are more Jelly Roll rugs. So right now I have, each one of these is a hanger, right? I have, I think I counted 88 rugs made already. And I probably need about another 40 to 50 more. 50,000? You're getting closer. You're getting closer. I can tell you how much I did last year, and I want to increase it by 25%. So then here is my closet, which is full from one side to the other. These are all tea towels that I have made already, mostly Christmas tea towels. Up on the top, I have batting and pillow forms. And then down on the bottom, I have shelves and shelves and shelves of fabric. Because if you're going to make this stuff, you're going to need a lot of fabric, right? So pretty. Thank you so much. And then here we've got this huge, like, rotating card stand. And I keep all of my Christmas cards in here. You'll see, like, down on the bottom, a whole bunch of sections are actually empty. And, you know, 2 cards. And each one of these needs to be full. Like, no exceptions. It has to be full. And there's a whole bunch of empty ones on the bottom. So this year, I think I might do it by color instead of by style of card. We'll see how that works out. And then 65. That is what okay. So last year, yeah, I would take everything to the show. Last year, I went in with 55,000. And this year, I want to increase my sales by 25%. So that also means I need to increase the amount of product that I take. So here's a pink and blue stand. And it's got cards in it, of course. You can see the different cards that I have. Happy birthday, etc. But then here is the newest product that we were working on yesterday. And I worked on packaging. And I also went to the store and got more of these, which you can actually get at the dollar store. So the top of each stand has 3 of these little buckets, which hold my cards, the magnets now, and the 2 coordinated colors of dishcloth. So this just worked out perfect. I was going to sell them in sets of 4, but then when I got the packaging, I have to do it in 6s in order for it to fit in this bin, and it does fit in the bin quite nicely. So I'll work, of course, on you know, the labeling and all that kind of stuff. And as you saw earlier, I have a whole bunch of magnets that we made yesterday, and I was doing it. Okay, I wasn't expecting you taking everything. That's incredible. Yes, I actually have to take everything because I need those booths full. And if somebody asks for something, here's some more Mandalas at the top here, in creams and grays. Those are super popular. If somebody asks for something and I don't have it, I don't want that to be an excuse not to get a sale. And then here is the Christmas stand. As you can see here, I've got one stand in front of the other now because it's starting to get jam-packed in here. If you think it's busy now, wait until like the week before Christmas and I'll show you around here. And if you guys are just watching and you're new here, the mandala is cutting and we're doing a little studio tour while the mandala is cutting. Yeah. You can shop all my products online too. So yes, if you live closer, for sure, come to the show. Here is my new book that I just put out, From Zero to YouTuber. It's on Amazon by Jolene Airy. That's got a link in the video description if you guys are interested in doing what I do. I wrote a book on it. It's like a $2,000 course in a $14.95 American book. And this year I'm going to have the fabric tube makers as well with me, as well as fabric and the batting. So then this side here is back to the sewing. And you can see I've got a huge mess on my table right now, but you know what? It is what it is. And I guess if we were bored, we could put these magnets into packaging, but I'm not that bored. You bought the book, didn't you? My Scrapping Mama. What's your first name again? You guys remind me of your first names instead of your call signs if you want me to call you by your first name, because there's just so many people that keep coming back now. All right, let's have a look. This says it's cutting 2 passes. This one actually takes, forever. These tiny, tiny, tiny little cuts on here. I don't know if you can see in there how well it's doing. But it does take bloody forever to get this first couple of cuts. Or your cat. Hi, cat. I'm Jolene. Okay, so now get this turned around. Let's find something to work on while this one is cutting. Oh, you bought the hardback book. Yes, you told me that. I'm excited. I can see it on my stats. One person has bought the hardback book. 115 people have bought the ebook, and 5 people have bought the paperback. I think 4 or 5 people have bought the paperback. So that's pretty exciting. When it first went live on Amazon, I had hired people to help me format the book. So it was crazy. It just went crazy, crazy, crazy. Okay, so yeah, what can I tell you guys? Let me get a sip of coffee here before I cough again. Poor Lisa, if she's not here, she's going to have to watch this on a replay, because we told her 1:30, 1:45, and then the whole YouTube thing would not load. Okay, so for the mandalas, I've linked them here. People come and go on the lives, right? So we do this a few times. But the mandalas that we're making here, I linked them to the video, and they're on my website. They're my own original designs. And I put in a code for this live. It's YT Mandala. So the letter Y, the letter T, and then MANDALA, Mandala. And I put a discount code in there for you guys if you want to download these. And I'm making them on Cricut, but they're SVGs. They're sized for 12 by 12 inch shadow boxes. I make them all the time, and a few of the layers of the design take a very long time to cut out, so we're just visiting while we do that. All right, and then we have a couple of things here for people that watch the channel, and you're going to get it after the live. Yeah, that's cool. There's a few of them there, so have fun. Send me a message if you have a problem. And also, I do have a step-by-step tutorial on the channel called Cricut Mandala or something on there. I'll link it to the video at the end screen here, but you'll be able to see the video there, and you can follow along with the tutorial if you need to know like how to download it and upload it into Cricut. It's pretty straightforward, but I do have a step-by-step tutorial there too. This one we're just doing live. I got requested to do it live, so why not? I'm going to do it live today. Okay, so for members only of the channel, if you have seen my membership, it's $2, and we're going to do a huge members only giveaway when we reach 150 members. And right now we're at 10. Give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, so I kind of want to be like the Mr. Big of crafters, and I think it's going to be fun, and we're going to have a bunch of fun on this channel. So we're having a huge giveaway when we reach 150 members. I will draw a random name from those members, and I'll have to get a hold of you and send you this prize, but there's a prize. Okay, so first of all, the biggest part of the prize is this FAF gift box. It has 2 rulers, a rotary cutter, rotary blades, and 2 packs of needles. And then on the underside, I don't want to hit my Cricut machine while I'm doing this. And of course I did it anyway. On the underside, we have a rotating cutting mat. And you can't buy this. You can only get this when this from me, or if you buy a FAF sewing machine, I guess you might get one. But anyway, I've got it and I'm giving it away. Okay, so that was the first part of the prize. And then the second part of the prize was we did a live and made this tea towel. So here it is here. You can go back and watch the live for this if you want. That's going to be included. I should fold it up again. We've had it out quite a few times. And then we did a live where we made these 2 coordinated placemats. This is fabric by Robert Kaufman. So they're Christmas placemats. You'll receive a set of Christmas placemats. And then what did we do next? I think we did the book next. You'll receive a copy of my book, From Zero to YouTuber. It's a value of $14.95 Canadian. Or sorry, $14.95 American, $20.95 Canadian. And then we sewed a jelly roll rug, and we're giving away the tube maker. This is all one prize for the 150 people of the memberships. And then yesterday we made these cute little magnets, and these are in the Robert Kaufman fabric as well. You will receive a set of 6. Yesterday I said 4, but we just figured out, or I just figured out how to do the packaging last night, and there's going to be 6 in a pack, so you will actually get 6. And then in today's video, we've got a discount for the mandalas. So that's going to be drawn as soon as we hit 150 paid members of the channel. We will do a draw for that. Now, why don't I grab a mandala to actually see if I can work on something here while we're doing this. Just so you guys can see how one goes together in case you've got a toodle off or something. We'll grab okay, I have this one cut here. Thank you. I think it's a nice giveaway as well. You have to be a member of the channel. It's really easy. Oh, I should tell you how to join. That's not going to help if you don't know how to join. At the top of your screen, you should see a join button, or you can go back to the main channel and I'll have a join button, or you can go to the video description and there will be a link to join. So that's the 3 ways you can join. Okay, well, this one's cutting. Let's put it together another one because I don't want to just stand here all day. So this is a gray and cream one. This I do need this one actually because I haven't got any of this. So I'm just going to start by laying it down backwards, and we've got the very back of it is going to be cream. We'll put that to the side, and the second layer is going to be gray. There on some of the papers there's no right side or wrong side, but on this one there is. So I'm going to put the shiny side down. Let me grab my double-sided foam tape and a pair of good scissors. So I've got some Fisker scissors here. Don't forget the thumbs up. Thank you, Steph. No, that's not Steph, that's Sabrina, I think. Oh my goodness, I get so confused. I'm sure that's Sabrina. Yes, anything that you guys do here on the channel, thumbs up, comments, all that kind of stuff. It helps the channel get seen by more and more people, and the more people that we get on the channel and participating, the more fun things I can do. Sabrina, see, I got it. I'm gonna have to write it down, like a list on my cupboard door here of like who is who, so I can start calling you by your real name. And I'm Jolene for all of those that are new. So right now we're cutting a mandala out and we're assembling a different style here as well, because we'll just see how long this live goes if we can get this one cut out. Some of the details on my designs are so freaking intricate, it takes a long time to cut them out. So I may regret doing a live with with this, but it is what it is. If you need Cricut supplies, I put my Cricut affiliate link in. If you need this design, which one are we making right now? We're gonna make this one. I put discount code available, and it's YT Mandala, and that's available on my store right now. I put the link in the video description, but I also linked the products right here to the video. So these are instant download designs. They're all my originals. I made them myself. Which is actually kind of funny because, like I said, yeah, Kit Kat, you can. I'll put a link in the description for you. It was 1888 Canadian, which, I don't know, machines are expensive, right? Because I can do this for work, I have more options, you know, for what I can spend my money on. But I just want to be very clear, you guys, I started from absolute scratch, like absolute scratch. Like I would have to go to the store and get like a meter of material. And I just insisted that I was not going to spend any money from my business until I was successful. And that just meant, you know, hustling to every market I could find and buying another piece of equipment and then hustling to another market. And just, it was a lot. And I'm not sad I did it, but I was awfully tired for a very long time. Let's celebrate their first super on a live stream. Oh, somebody sent me a super? Who sent me a super? Thank you. Whoever sent me a super. I can't see because it's on my screen. So-and-so, Sabrina. I think it was Sabrina. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Here's the shiny side. And here is the back side. So this is the double-sided foam tape. Thank you guys. Yes, that was very nice of Sabrina to send me a little bit. I really appreciate it. The more I make, the more fun we're going to have here is basically what it is. Because you can't do this by yourself. And if you think you can, you're wrong. You really do need a community. And that's, you know what? I was going to tell you guys yesterday in the video about the markets and stuff. And then I went and had a bath last night, and I was thinking, I was like, oh, shoot, I should have told you guys that. You know what the best thing I ever did for my business was to make a bunch of friends and to make really good products. So essentially, it works like this. I made the very best products I could make, the very best. I threw out all the crap. I don't let anything go by my eye. If it's not perfect, it's not going out to somebody. And then what happened was I took all this stuff to markets, and all these women started showing up, ladies, girls, all that. They started showing up, and they would buy like a tea towel or a dish drying mat or a rug or whatever it was. And then as they started taking those products to their houses, their girlfriends would show up and be like, oh my God, where did you get that? That's amazing, da da da. And the next thing you know, that girl has now sent me like 15 friends, which is crazy. So I just decided that I was never, ever, ever going to make a piece of crap, because when you make something that's really, really, really crappy, you know the word, a girl will go and tell every single friend that she has. But if you make something really good, that girl will also bring somebody to buy something from you. That is how it works. So I've been doing this since 2018. And every time I look back on it now, it's because I have so many repeat customers that come back to the farmer's market, come back to the Christmas market. And I know there's there's like one specific person on YouTube all the time that tells you, you know, don't waste your time on markets. And I'm telling you, I don't feel like it's a waste of time. If I can go, you know, make stuff all year and go to some Christmas markets and essentially make a year's worth of income in 4 weekends, I think that's pretty worth it to me. You should be able to use it. These are SVG designs. So you should be able to download them. And but you know what? I'll guarantee you this. If you download my design and it doesn't work on the machine that you have, let me know. Because I will do something about that. I don't know if I can fix it, but I definitely don't want a whole bunch of people, you know, getting a design and not being able to cut it. I mean, you'd have to like send me a picture of your machine or something, because you know how to work on the internet. You'll get a bunch of scammers. But hopefully there's only like 31 of us here watching this live video, right? Hopefully none of us are scammers. But yes, they are SVG designs. That's how you upload them. And They should be, when you upload them, to EPS, PNG, JPEG, AI, I think as well. And I can barely see who's making these chats. The Crafty Halo Angel. I have a Cricut and Singer embroidery sewing machine, so I just need to learn how to make things. Well, that's exciting. Start with the Cricut. Okay, so this is the very first designs that I made. And then I joined this like Facebook Cricut group. And I didn't really know like how it worked or anything, but I just posted on there, hey, look at my first designs that I ever made. And I got like 1,000 comments on there. And the funniest comment was, you know, Jolene, most of us put our dog's name on a bowl as our first project. And they were like, like this. But yeah, I just reverse engineered how to make the most complicated design. And then I never fussed around with any of the other, because I just wanted to make something that I could sell for my Christmas markets. Okay, so now we've got the back side of our paper, and we've taken the green sticky paper off. And now this is where a rotating cutting mat is going to come in super handy, because you may need to rotate this. So put your design down as perfectly as possible. And like I say, these are designed for 12 by 12 inch shadow boxes. So the design itself won't go 12 inches just because you need a little give. But you'll, I guess I can show you. You'll see, like when I have my designs framed here, these are the Michaels shadow boxes that they fit perfectly into them. So don't downsize these designs. Upsize them if you want. Like if you had a machine that would cut, you know, bigger than this, or you had a CNC machine or something like that, you could cut them bigger, but don't cut them smaller because it won't come out. And so now we're just laying the second layer down on top of here, and we're lining it up as best as we possibly can. And you'll see there's a little bit of the edge you can see in behind here, and that's how they are designed, and the color in behind as well. All right, so now we're going to just repeat the process for all of these different layers, because this layer for the new design is going to take forever to cut, but it is what it is. You guys wanted to see it. You asked me for this live. Okay, so here's the next layer. And again, the paper has a shiny side and a matte side. So this is the shiny side. So we want to put all of this double-sided foam tape. And the reason I use a double-sided foam tape is so we get depth. This particular one I'm working on is 5 layers. The one we're cutting is 6. And the one we're cutting is my most intricate design. It's my best seller as well, just so you guys know. If you're looking for something to sell, this is the one. So this one is for sale on the website. And use the code YT Mandala, MANDALA, and you'll get a discount here on this video. So I made a discount for you guys, because why not? And hopefully we can make a couple friends here while we're doing this, sell a couple designs, have some coffee, why not? Okay, so this is how I do it. I put a bunch on my fingers, and this is like 3M double-sided foam tape. The link for the Cricut machine is in the video description. I'm an affiliate for Cricut. My book that I wrote is in the video description. My website is in the description, and join the channel to be a paid member of the channel is also in the video description. You can join the channel for as little as $2, and it supports the channel. That's fun, but also it supports the giveaways. So we're going to do more giveaways. And if you're not wanting to be a member of the channel, I do have a bunch of videos on the channel actually that have giveaways on. They have those tiny little gold presents in the thumbnail, and if you go and watch those videos and follow the directions, You could also win a prize on those videos without being a paid member. So just be careful how you place these. You don't want like a huge janky piece of foam being able to be seen from the other side. Like I just put this one too close, I think. And this is going to get, this is going to go from, oh, how easy is that, to completely ridiculous the thinner the layers get. And who wants to guess how much I sell these for? I'm trying to do as many lives as possible right now because I'm trying to grow the channel membership, and I don't have time right now to do too many like edited video tutorials, and the lives are kind of fun for me, and I have to make the products anyway because I'm like getting ready for Christmas market, so I'm super duper busy. So why not talk on YouTube and get paid at the same time? Because every view on YouTube increases the chance of my business getting seen and just like connecting with stuff. So there's a whole bunch that goes on here behind the scenes. I want to be, my next goal is 10,000 subscribers, because when I hit 10,000 subscribers, I'm going to be able to apply to be an ambassador for a fabric company that I've worked, I've worked with their fabric a lot. And you need to have 10,000 subscribers in order for them to even consider you being an ambassador. And I kind of want to see what that's like. So I've done a bunch of fun things with my business over the years, and now the next goal, I think we're pretty close. I think we're at like 60, 6,900. The Mandala I'm cutting is, oh, one's gonna fall over here. Hang on, one fell over. Man down. The Mandala I'm cutting is this one. So you can see the fine little, it's almost got like a Moroccan feel. I'll show you it in pink as well. Or sorry, in black as well, so you can see it a little bit better. So right now we're cutting this layer where they have these tiny, tiny, tiny little flowers on the inside. Can you guys see it close up there? I'll just hold it there so you can have a real good look at all the different layers. There's 6 layers to this one. We're using Recollections Collections paper that I got at Michael's. It's the one with the shimmer on it. And I don't know what's going on with Michael's, but they used to have more colors of this paper, and I'm finding it harder and harder to find. Okay, so this is about how many sticky things we put on the back of it, and now we're going to pull all that green paper off the back and line it up. The Crafty Halo. I am in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. So I'm not in a state at all. I'm in Canada. I'm Canadian. Yes, I'm from, so it's like an hour and 20 minutes away from Banff, if you've ever heard of that. And if you've ever heard of the show Heartland with Amber Marshall in it, she shoots a lot of her show, anything on the television show that has the green bleachers in it and the rodeo arena, that's actually the same location as one of the big Christmas markets that I do. It's at the Millerville Egg Society, and it's about 25 minutes away from my house. So that's a fun fact. Yeah, 12 by 12 inch paper. Yes, Deanna. Thank you, Sabrina. Yeah, 12 by 12 inch paper. They're sized for the 12 inch shadow boxes from Michael's. And the boxes themselves, like they come 2 in a pack. They look like this. It's like an actual shadow box. And right now at Michael's in Canada, they're on sale. Buy 2, get 2 free. So they're 30, I just saw them yesterday. They're $39.99 for 2 of them. And they have them on sale right now. We can't use this one because it got rolled up on my shirt. We need need a new piece of sticky foam. Someday hope to travel in Alberta as a tourist. Closest I've been is Glacier Park. I've been to Glacier Park. That's freaking beautiful down there. Did you do the Road to the Sun? If anybody doesn't know what it is, it's Glacier National Park in Montana. It is one of the Google it. It's called the Road to the Sun. It's only open a few months of the year because of snow, and it is this crazy road that goes like straight up a mountain. You're like literally driving on the side of a cliff. There's waterfalls over here, there's wildlife over here, there's meadows and valleys and snow and sleet because you're so high up, and it is spectacular. You can only take vehicles that are a certain width and length because you'll never get around those corners. And I believe now it's a lottery. So if you pull up to the park gate, you're not guaranteed to be allowed to drive over the road that day. And it actually goes up like over the Great Divide. And if you don't know what the Great Divide is, it's like this highest point in the mountains where the water starts splitting and it either goes to the ocean or it goes to the prairie. They call that the Great Divide. So I've been there. It was crazy cool. Did not see that. Go back. It's so worth it. And we went to McDonald Lake and took pictures of all the crazy colored stones. It was such a beautiful trip, that one. Okay, so this is the front of it now, and then this is how many sticky things we've put on the back. Hubby and I want to visit Canada. Well, Banff is typically, if people are coming to Canada, they always go to Banff. And the Calgary Stampede, which is the city that I'm in. We have a big rodeo stampede fair the first week of July every year. I didn't get this one quite centered. Don't pushy this down. Like don't push this down really firm until you're sure that it's centered, because it could be off just a tiny little bit, and you don't want to crease the paper if you have to pull it back up. So it would help if I line the paper up. Much better. Did anybody guess how much we sell these for? That's the third layer. Now we'll set that one to the side. This is going to be the fourth layer. Oh, there's 6 layers to this one. I thought there was only 5. There's 6. This will be the fourth layer. And again, there's a shiny side and a matte side. We might not even be able to get this finished depending on how long these other layers take to cut, because my phone will die. But Lisa yesterday wanted a live of this, and then I think because so many of them got buggered up here, Lisa left before YouTube actually connected and let me go live. So apologies to Lisa, but she'll be back. She likes to watch while she's working. It's kind of fun. And then, you know, make sure you guys, while you're doing this too, like I'm just seeing one here. Can you see this tiny little piece here? That needs to get poked out. So just watch your design as well as you're going around. And if you are poking out a little piece of paper, like weeding essentially, make sure you get it out of the way, because if it's going to fall down anywhere, it'll be like in between the layers of the design and you won't be able to get it out. So make sure, do it off to the side. Got another little one here. Ever so gently get them out. You don't want any scraps here when you're working, while you're assembling the mandala. Definitely time consuming. Backlit them with fairy lights, added fake snow. Oh, that's fun. fun. Now, sometimes these intricate cuts, they will not cut on a certain color of paper. Like they just won't. Don't feel bad. Get a different color of paper and start over. Let's see if this one cut properly. Okay, put this off to the side and we're going to work on this one. So again, you guys, lay your mat down flat and you're going to roll your mat around. 75? Nope. Little bit more than that. 75? No. Because this will take hours and hours to make. You want to go so gently rolling this mat back. You don't want anything flipping. Get your fingers in, release the pressure from side to side, and just gently pull this away. And you go slow. Make sure your design is down flat because you don't want the paper to roll either. And you don't want this mat to slap back at you as you get to the end because it will also tear the design. Just very slow. Get your fingers in between the mat and the design. Get your whole hand here. And even while you're just coming up to the end, don't let go. Because you got that far, and then if you let go, you could bugger it all up. $2.50? Nope. 95 Canadian. I like to price my products like strategically. So if I price it at 95, people think, oh, it's not quite 100. So I'm pouting. But I want to show you guys this because it's not just going to be you. But I am pouting. Okay. It's okay. We're going to put the other one together. So this, can you guys see? This is on the thin white paper. It is not salvageable. So all of that cutting, so don't use the thin white paper for that. All of that cutting, and we didn't even get a cut off of it. How disappointing is that? Life. So we'll put this other one together, and I'll continue cutting another layer of this, but we're going to have to switch up the color. But don't feel bad if that happens. Just maybe make a note of it, that the thinnest white paper from Recollections Collections is not the one you want for that layer. Lessons learned. So why don't we I wanted black and white, but it's not going to work. Does anybody know where we put the paper? Black and white. Oh, I'm sad. I am actually sad about that. I really wanted it to work. And this is why you cut them out while you're sewing, because you're gonna, here's the paper. You're gonna have the odd one that screws up. Okay, black and white did not work. When I went to the store last time, they were out of let's try this one. So this is a taupe color. So you can see the difference? This was the white. So we can't use the white. Womp womp. That's for the second layer of that design. Don't use the white. Get a thicker one. Start over. I do kind of like doing these even when things don't work out, because I don't know, it's kind of like, this is reality. This is what happens. Not everything is going to be perfect. So this is a much thicker. Get our brayer again. That's so sad. I know I could cry. But the sheet of paper is like $1.29. It's just your freaking time of it not working out. But also, that is why I'm able to sell these for $95 a pop, because people look at them and go, oh my goodness, the amount of work that went into that. I'm like, yeah, you're not kidding. Okay, so we're going to do cardstock for intricate cuts. We're going to do more. Because we had so much kind of bunged up there, I'm just going to check my needle and make sure, you can see there's a couple little pieces on there. Make sure that that's clean, just in case we got something bunged up in there. And we'll start again. And in the meantime, we'll put this other one together. Okay, so this is, didn't like that. Okay. This is the fourth layer of the other one. I know I can cry, right? What do you do? Make a note to yourself, don't use white for that tiny one. As you can see here, there's lots of colors that did work, like the pink worked. Like this black worked. It's this tiny one here on the inside. These tiny, 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 tiny little cuts. Can you see that? The black worked. I have, I don't know, probably 15 of this style. And this is probably the cream in here. Yeah, it is the cream. The cream color here worked. And sometimes, you know, you go and buy paper, and I don't know what's going on with Michaels with their collections paper, but I've thought about, no, I don't use printed paper. I have thought about complaining to them, because it's like they're getting them manufactured in a couple of different places, and it's not always consistent, which is kind of a little annoying. But then I also think, why would they care? Right? They're selling it. So I may have had a white in the past that worked better than that, but this time it did not work out. So we will not cry. There's no crying in crafting. We'll just move on. I'm out. $1.29. The cream is beautiful. I do like the black and the cream. And I know that the cream and the gray was very, very, very popular the last couple of years. So that's why I chose to put this one together. And you'll see that the pieces of the green are getting smaller, because I'm going to do the edge of this one as well. And you don't want to be able to see foam tape from the other side. So when we get to the very top layer of a couple of these designs, the double-sided foam tape is like teeny, teeny, teeny minuscule. Putting it on with tweezers, small, but it gives you the depth, and it's acid free, so it doesn't discolor the paper. This is making me want to make one tonight. Well, go ahead, grab the design. Look how tiny that is. That's going to be just like a sliver. but it'll work. And don't use spray glue for this because it will discolor the paper. So use the double-sided foam tape because it won't. If you're going to go to the work of doing all of this, why on earth would you take a chance on something that could discolor? Because I would like to make these and have them last for like years. Years and years and years. Who have we got here still? We've got 24. Hi guys, we're making layered mandalas with our Cricut machine. The designs are available on my website. I put the link in the video description. They're all my own original designs. And we put a discount code. Use the code YT Mandala. So the letter Y, then the letter T, and then Mandala, Mandala. And you can get a discount on my designs from this video. These are sized for 12 by 12 inch shadow boxes. And I get the shadow boxes at Michael's. They're on sale now in Canada right now. 2 for $39.99, and then you get 2 free. So I don't work there. I'm not sure how long the sale lasts, but I think their sales go Thursday to Thursday. So if you're thinking you need some shadow boxes, go get some on sale. I think the paper that is a solid color all the way through always looks best to me. Yeah. Is using the Scotty foam tape cheaper than the pre-cut foam sheets? Here's the thing about this. I don't know, but you can cut it to the size that you want. So when, and I typically will get this, not even at Michael's. I will go to Home Depot and get this because it's wicked cheap at Home Depot compared to at Michael's, because Michael's is a craft store and Home Depot is a construction store. So go to the construction store and get, they have bigger rolls and they're less money. And they'll be like in the picture framing department. So there's a good tip for you guys. Ask me anything, really. I'll tell you anything. And I have a long form video tutorial if you need help with like downloading this, the video tutorials on my channel. Just search up Cricut Mandala on my channel and it'll come up there for you guys. And I'll walk you right through how to download all the designs. So again, teeny tiny, and we're doing the edging here. And then I use my Fiskars like super sharp snips here. They're for sewing, but whatever. That's how I can get these little foam tapes like super small. And then when we go to take off the green backing, I use my Cricut, just the pointed end tool, and I'll show you that here in a second. So this one's kind of got a couple of little floppy edges that you want to make sure you've got pinned down. And I'm just reading comments here as we go. A couple more, and we'll be good to go. Maybe 3 or 4. Just checking to see if my machine is chewing up this paper before we decide to cut it too long. We'll give it a minute here. The thing is with the paper, you can't really tell until you freaking take it out if it's been chewed up or not. All right. That is a good deal on those shadow boxes. Yeah, it is. That's typically when I buy mine too, is when they're all 2 for 1. And then I'll go and buy like 20 at a time because that's what I need. I like to have a good variety. I like to have 2 or 3 in each color that match all the stands of my products. And if, some of you guys will be new here. We did a little studio tour while we were doing this cutting here and showed people around my studio and all the stuff that I have to sell. I have mix and match products on stands, and then I'll load it all in my car and go to these huge Christmas markets. So the mandalas are another product that I will have on that stand at the Christmas market. I know you saw them, you know, stuffed full, but they will be actually styled, and all the extra products will be in Rubbermaid bins by color, so I can easily pull out a bin and replace something that's missing on the shelf and keep everything full. Yeah. I'm gonna cry if this other color doesn't work. Like, I might actually, no, I won't. I won't cry. What's everybody doing today? I'm making mandalas, but I have no idea what you guys are doing, so maybe you could fill us in if you're comfortable. These mandalas are, we've just got a whole bunch more people here, size for 12 by 12 inch shadow boxes. The numbers go down, the numbers go up, people are watching. The Cricut machine link is in the video description. The mandala designs themselves, I've linked to the video as well. And once we've done this layer here in a second, we'll tell you about the giveaways again on this channel, because we're having fun crafting, working and listening to this. What are you working on, Steph? What are you working on? I'll cry for you. Yeah. We'll be out another $1.29. You have to pack your patience for this, but it's totally worth it when they're done. So it's just one of those things. They can't, you can't do anything about it. So just try the colors, and then one will work. I guarantee it, because I have the designs already framed here. Oh, that's why you love my channel. Well, you can sell things. Just make things very, very pretty and sign yourself up for a market. I started at little markets, like at schools. My girlfriend was running a market at her kid's school, and I asked if I could come, and I was selling Norwex, which is the cleaning cloth stuff. So she wanted me there for that, but I said, hey, I'm actually started this business with sewing. Can I bring some of my sewing? And I did a bunch of little markets, and then I quickly realized it would be better. Yeah, I collect sales tax. Yeah, I'm like legit, everything is on the up and up. But I quickly realized the school markets, I should only be using them to actually take product photos and the setup photos, so that I could apply for bigger markets, because you have to have those photos in order to apply for any of the bigger markets. So go and do some, get yourself set up as good as possible, and then quickly apply for bigger markets. Because I'll tell you what, those one-off markets, like, I don't know what you're, what it's like where you live, but here in Calgary, there's all kinds of people that book a haul and then have markets, and they charge vendors, you know, ridiculous amounts of money, and they put up a billboard on like the main street in front of the market, and they're like, hey, August 12th, that's today, right? Oh, we're gonna have a market, come and see us. And then nobody freaking shows up. So I do the huge markets. So I'll, like in the summertime, I typically do farmers markets on the weekends, but this year I'm taking a break because my husband had colon cancer. We want to spend some time together. So I'm only going to do the big Christmas markets. But when I do the big farmers markets, they're at the same locations as the Christmas markets typically. But when I go do the huge farmers markets, they have guaranteed traffic, because those farmers markets have been there for 50, 60, 70, 80 years, and they're known in the community, and they have reliable traffic. And so you get sales, right? So I'll go out and do like a market on the weekend and easily make $2-3 grand. I have to make all the products, of course, and then run around like a chicken with my head cut off all year, making products, buying more stuff, paying staff, blah, blah, all the things. And this year I'm like, I've had enough. I just need a break. So I'm going to do the Christmas markets, and I'm not going to do the summer ones. And that will mean more time with my husband. And he's doing okay now, just so you know. But he had a couple of years of really bad surgeries and stuff going on. And now we need to spend time together. Okay, so here's the next layer. And I put foam tape on the sides of this too, because this is a little, see this little flippy, and then this side, so you need it both places. And so that's about how much tape I put on, and then we'll line it up here on the mat. And we've got very similar color. Just wanted to make sure I was doing this right. And if it, you might need to turn the design too. It might go one way better than the other. So just make sure it's lined up perfectly before you lay it down. This design in particular, twist the paper because it is just a tiny bit difference in the width. And you want it lined up perfectly. So there's the next layer on it. Can you see the layers starting to come through? So we'll pushy that down. Pushy, pushy, pushy. We'll put it off to the side. We'll get a sip of coffee. We're checking it, but I don't know. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so here's the next layer. And again, there's a matte side and a shiny side. And this one has got a couple little scallops here, basically, that are still attached. So, like I said, watch out for anything you have to weed. Make sure you do it off to the side of the layered design here, so you don't get it stuck. And we're using the pointy thing to take off the green backing of the double-sided foam tape, and we'll also use it here to get out any parts of the design that need a wiggle out of the way. Very handy. These do weed super well when the cut goes well, and it's just a matter of whether or not the paper cooperates with you. So I'm just checking here to make sure I got everything before I start putting the paper, the sticky double-sided foam tape. That's the word, double-sided foam tape. Yeah, so this is the next layer. You'll see as they start to come together, they're really quite mesmerizing. They don't take too long to put together, like comparative to the cutting. So this is why I bought the machine, and I have like it'll be cutting while I'm sewing on the sewing machine, or while I'm doing some other kind of a craft, because the cuts take bloody forever. So you could spend like, gosh, a whole day cutting and get, you know, 2-3 mandalas cut. And if you want to stand here all day and watch it, that's one thing, but I need to make money other places, so I let the cutting do its thing, and then I do the putting it together later on. You could, what does it say? Last sale I participated in was winter 2019 and sold Christmas cards and general themed wood signs and cards. It was fun. Moved to Marketplace during COVID, but didn't sell much that way. Here's the thing. I'll tell you my best, if you want to sell on Etsy tip. If you want to sell on Etsy, have one product that you can replace. So you have the stock count up, and you can refill it, and then have on the same listing any options that you can have. So here's why. If you have an Etsy listing and you do all that work for an Etsy listing and you have one item and you can't even remake that item, and then the next person has an Etsy listing and they have one item, like one style of an item, but they have 2,000 of it in stock and they can replace it and they have it in 6 different color options. Whose listing do you think is going to get seen? I'll let you guys fill that in. Who do you think the algorithm is going to pick up on Etsy? If you're selling a one-off thing with one quantity that you can't restock, or if you've got 1,000 of something that you can restock with 6 options. What do you think's the answer? Everybody's gone crickets. Okay, we've got a whole bunch of people here, 39 right now. Hi, I'm Jolene. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada, and I sell modern farmhouse home decor. We're making Cricut mandalas. These are all my own original designs. You can get the designs in the video link and use the discount code YT, so YouTube, Mandala, M-A-N-D-A-L-A. I've linked the products to the video, and we're cutting one out. We'll see if it cuts. Some of the paper's being fussy today, and we're assembling another one here as we go. And asking questions. Everybody give a thumbs up. Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you for that. Yeah, all the thumbs up, comments, all that kind of stuff helps the videos get pushed, and we have a lot of fun here on the channel. And in 2 minutes, what time is it? 3:39. I'll tell you guys about the giveaway again. So 2 minutes, no matter what we're doing, we'll do that. In the meantime, which listing do you think is going to get pushed on Etsy? Has anybody given that any thought? Not trying to be mean, trying to be helpful. Because I know the answer. And also, I kind of feel like Etsy is like a narcissistic parent that just keeps changing the rules. So no matter what you do, you can't please them. And I have 2 Etsy stores. The one with the less option. Okay. Unfortunately, yes, you are correct. Who answered that? Lazy man. Hi, lazy man. You are correct. Etsy will push the listing that has a higher quantity with the more options, and the way they used to do it, where you could be like a crafter on there, has kind of gone by the wayside. If you want to make any money on Etsy, you need to have repeatable products that you can refill, and that makes them very happy because they want to push the listing out. It costs them money for advertising. And ultimately, you know who pays for that, either the seller or the buyer, because Etsy's not going broke. They need to push those listings out to get more sales, and they are a publicly traded company, so they answer to shareholders, not you. Yeah, if you're making one-of-a-kind items, and you want to have like an actual craft business, I would suggest you stop doing that. I'm actually, I have a couple of videos on my channel about Etsy to begin with, but my next book that I put out will be about how to have like a more craft business. Is it 3:39? Okay, it's 3:42. We need to do the giveaway announcement. So I have the YouTube From Zero to YouTuber book that I put out, and that's about having a business on YouTube and how to grow your business. Very, very, very helpful book. It's like a $2,000 course. It's $14.95 American to buy the book. It's available on Amazon. I put the link in the video description. Read that book. Absolutely game changer. But I am going to write a second book probably next year that's going to talk specifically about the crafting and how to build that. So would I say having an Etsy account is worth it? I would say Etsy is something that you need to learn. And if you don't learn how to do it properly, you're just going to spin your wheels and not make any money. So if you want to start Etsy, have a repeatable product. And I know everybody likes, you know, one-off products, but even like these designs that I make here for the mandalas, these are not one-off designs. They're repeatable products. I've sold them for years in different colors. Yeah, and you can, hopefully I didn't break that. And you can sell live on YouTube as well. Like I'm selling here, like just the designs though, right? Hi, Norma. Hello, Norma. Okay, so we'll go over the members only draw here. First, let's tell people, we always do it in reverse. So we'll tell people first. If you want to subscribe to the channel, go and watch the videos that have the little gold presents on them, follow the rules, and you could win one of those prizes. And you just have to be a subscriber of the channel in order to be eligible for those prizes. And you'll know that those videos, like any video of mine that has the gold presents on it, that's where we're doing a giveaway in it. But then a week and a half ago, we opened up members only for the channel, and it's $2 a month to join. You'll see a join button at the top of your screen. You can see, oh, you have to keep your animal rescue open. It's costing you a fortune. Yeah, you need to sell repeatable products. So come up with something repeatable. We can brainstorm after we announce this. We'll help you brainstorm something. Okay, so if join on the top of your screen, you'll see a join button, or there's a join link in the video description, or you can go back to the main channel that has my icon and click join from there and join the channel for a couple bucks a month. And when we reach 150 paid members of the channel, we're going to do this fabulous draw. So the first part of the draw, the first gift in the draw is this Pfaff Quilters kit. It's a gift box, and it is a rotary cutter, rotary blades, 2 packs of needles, and 2 quilting rulers. But it gets better, because underneath here is, I gotta put this to the side or it's gonna fall, the Pfaff rotating cutting mat as well. So this gift box is valued at $312 Canadian. So that will be part of the draw. And then what did we do next? We did the Christmas tea towel. You can watch the live for this as well. You can get your friends and family to join the channel too. What was that? Oh, my kind of person. So we each need to get our friends and family to join the channel. Yeah, you do. Because we're just going to get bigger. And we're at 10 members already, which is, that's not bad, right? For just starting these lives here a little while ago. You can watch the live for this Christmas tea towel. That will be part of the draw as well. We made that. That was viewer interactive. You guys actually helped me design that. And then we did reversible Christmas placemats with Robert Kaufman fabric. There's a set of 2 here for you. And then, it just keeps going. And then we announced my book, which is From Zero to YouTuber. The link is in the video description if you guys want this book. But it's available on Amazon in paperback, hard copy, and on Kindle. And the winner will also receive a copy of my very first book that I ever wrote. Super proud of myself. And then we did a jelly roll rug. And so we're giving away the Clover tube maker. That was on another live a couple of days ago. And then yesterday we got my new magnet maker out and we made fridge magnets. And this is in the matching Robert Kaufman fabric that matches the placemats there. You'll receive a set of 6 of these. I haven't got them packaged yet because we just made them yesterday and I only had time to package 1 set And so I'm working on that. I'll work on it more tonight. But you'll receive a set of 6 of these little magnets. So go ahead and join the channel. All right, let's brainstorm for a product that you can make. What are you making right now? Cards? Did you say you were making cards? Am I correct? We'll let you fill in the blank there. Thanks for all the thumbs up and love, you guys. And thank you, Sabrina, for the super chat that she sent over earlier. That was amazing. Totally unexpected. But yes, you can send a super chat too if you like this kind of stuff and want to help support my business. Every penny goes to, what does it go to? Sewing machines and craft paper. That's what it goes to, is what it is, and to the prizes that we do here. So yes, we're not living high off the hog off of our YouTube channel yet, but maybe one day, and then we're going to do amazing things. So I'll add a fundraiser to this video as well when we're done. I support an organization called Kiva, K-I-V-A. They provide microloans to underserved communities. So I helped fund a lady who has her own sewing business. And I want to say it's Columbia. I didn't look it up. I do make some cards. I have hundreds of cedar and hickory wood slices that I've made ornaments out of. Wood signs, tea towels, hot pads. Kisses for Anna, Laura, Eduardo, and Isabel, my daughters. Okay, well, that's weird, but whatever. We love all the comments on this channel because it helps push my content to more people in the world. So that's kind of weird, but whatever. So my scrapping mama, what is your first name again? Tell us your first name again. I know you told us earlier. You don't have to if you don't want to, but my scrapping mama, I would make, if you had all that stuff already together, I would make Christmas ornaments. And if that cedar was flat, you could make Christmas tags as well, like present tags. And then your comment disappeared again. Oh, cat. Yes, cat. I'm trying to remember that. Cat. You could also make Christmas cards, and well, you could make all of that, but just make it so it's repeatable, right? So if you're making a tea towel, like make 10 of them. If you're making a card, make 20 of them, and make them like repeatable products that you could actually refill in when you're done. And then if it was me, because all of those products you could actually put on like a hang wall, I would get either grid wall or pegboard, but grid wall is easier. And it's an investment. Like I won't say it's crazy expensive, but it is a little bit of an investment. But I would get peg wall and have like hooks that come out, and I would have everything packaged so I could hang it up on a hook. Or like the tags, of course, will have a hook on them already. And then I would make sure that I had like matching hangers and just have a whole booth of like grid wall where every product's hung up, and then don't have anything lower than like 2 feet from the ground because nothing sells from the bottom. I've covered that in another video. Even though I have products on my bottom shelves, they're my big fluffy pillows that I can actually restock super quick, but typically nothing sells from the bottom 2 feet of your booth. So have peg wall and have everything hung up, and then have yourself a little checkout stand off to the side. So not in the center of the booth, but like at one end or another, or, you know, tucked in behind something with a little, it even helps if you have a stand where you have a table in front of you and you have things stacked on the table. So the only way you're being, it's like just a word for it, like confrontational, is like from the waist up, going out. And then people aren't so intimidated to have like a whole body just standing there waiting to come at them. You're in behind their table, and they've got, you know, they've got their space between the table and you, and then they've got space all around this booth that they can walk around and just really sink themselves into their products, into your products, sorry. And the other thing I never do, which I know sounds gonna sound super bad, but I never say hello. Which sounds super bad, but I let people get involved with a product first, because if they walk into my space and, you know, they're walking, I'm going to check out this booth, and they're looking at a product, and then from over here, you start talking to them, all of a sudden their attention from their product goes to you. And it's more, it's intentional to just give them a minute to get themselves sunk into a product, and then, you know, how's it going? Something like that. But I don't ever walk up to a customer, and I never interrupt them when they're first in the booth. I give them a minute to get comfortable, to get the idea that they want to be there, and that they want to stay there, and that they want to look at more stuff there. So everything I've done for my craft booth is intentional. Yeah, it makes me uncomfortable. Metal slats with hangers, yeah. Grid wall. I wonder, I could bring it up on my computer, show you. Hang on. Here, I'll show you. Okay, can you see that? That's what it looks like. Grid wall. Where do you live, Kat? Did you tell us this already? But there's all kinds, and then like look at this fancy one with the cedar on it too, with the hooks on it. And it's 5 by 7 by 2, and that one's on wheels. That would be great for your products. And they have like different options, like little baskets and stuff that you can hang on there. Did you see? Missouri. You know what, Kat? I'll leave a comment on this video. Like, can you actually comment on the video when the video is over? And I'll send you a link for this one here. Because if you do get something, it won't matter if you don't, like, unless you buy it on the day that you click on the link. It doesn't matter. I don't get paid for it. But I'll send you the link so that you can see what I'm talking about. Does that make sense, Missouri? Yeah. You probably have a lot more options on Amazon too, because you guys have more buying power in the States than Canada does. So we don't get as many options for different like things that are available. We just don't get as many options. I wish we did, but we don't, because we just don't have the population, where the States has a lot more population, so you get more variety in the products. But yeah, grid wall. And yes, it is a little expensive to get started, but you could totally do it. And I would say, like, make the repeatable products, hang them up on the grid wall. You could even set that up in your own house and take product images of your booth setup and then apply for the bigger craft markets. It costs money to get in them, but the more people that are at the craft markets, the more you're going to sell. So that's why I go to the big ones. And some of, like, the biggest one I've done, it was like a 3-weekend craft market. They had over 75,000 people into that market. So you're making way more money that way, just because they have the traffic coming in the door. So if you're new here, we are making layered mandalas. I've got one cutting out. We'll see if it cuts on this color of paper, but we'll see. We're at an hour 9 and we've got 17 people watching. Hi, I'm Jolene. I'm from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. And these are all my own original designs. You can buy them on my website, which I've linked in this description, and use the code YT Mandala, Mandala, and you will get a discount from this video. Yeah. All right. We're almost done this one. It's every layer gets a little bit more finicky. And of course, while you're yapping on the live streams, it's a little bit harder to get everything done and make sure that I've got everything where it needs to be. But I think I'm almost done this one. A couple more. I need to find, so glad I found your channel. I need to find markets that are not mostly MLMs. Yeah, we were saturated with that too. And I actually used to sell Norwex, and I love Norwex, but I don't have any room in my closet anymore. And honestly, I only ever sold the products. I was horrible at recruiting, and I didn't care to. And anybody I ever did recruit, they only made money for themselves. I never made money off of them. So enough of that. Now I just buy Norwex. Like if I need cleaning paste or something, I'll buy it. But you would be probably shocked if you go into a Christmas market and you've got your own handmade products, that people will freaking flock to you, because people are so sick, like fundamentally freaking sick of everything being imported from China and being MLM. They're just sick of it. So like when I go into a Christmas market, the compliments I get are just absolutely crazy. And people are just, they're craving it because it's all freaking crap. So if you make like really good quality stuff and you have repeatable products, you'll do better at the Christmas market than the people with the MLM crap. Guaranteed. I will guarantee that. Okay, so here is, oh, I need a couple more. Sorry, I missed a little spot here. I thought I was done, but I'm not done. And then we've got one more layer on the top of this one, and by then we'll be able to tell if this this beige paper is going to cut this design. If not, we'll probably, well, we're going to have to throw it out if it didn't cut it properly, and pick a different color again. So this is finicky and it works, but I do sell these for $95 each. Typically I have the Cricut machine cutting out while I'm putting these together. I'll also have my embroidery machine going, making my Christmas reindeer as I'm doing this. So they are a finicky product, but they do work. And the paper is about $1.29 a sheet. So if it does bugger up, it's $1.29 a sheet. It's not the end of the world. So now we're going to just ever so gently use our little pokey tool here and pull back the green backing on this paper. And just remember, when you turn your design over, just make sure before you push it down to check that it fits, because sometimes they fit one way or the other just a hair better. You could actually check that beforehand, I guess, before putting the sticky paper on. Make sure you've got it the right way around and then lined up, so that if you do put it down, you're not having to pull it back up. And like I said, these were the very first thing I made with Cricut. I reverse engineered how to design mandalas, did it, and then I have been making and selling these ever since. So the very first projects that I made with my Cricut machine. So if I can do it, you can too. It's just very, very, very fussy. And my designs are very intricate. So these are not, I actually applied, you guys, I applied like sent designs into Cricut to be like a Cricut contributing artist. And they flat out told me that my designs are too intricate for the general public. So I can't sell my designs on Cricut, because I thought that would be a great idea. But they said, heck no, those are crazy. And then actually Cricut Canada did feature me in a post on social media one time. They were looking for artists, but they won't sell my art, but they'll feature me in a post. So it was on like the Cricut Canada Facebook page. There's a couple of different ones. But if you search my name there, it should pop up. It was a few years ago. But they wouldn't, I can see that. Come up with something easier. Yeah, you're way too advanced for us. Bye-bye now. So that's basically what they said. They said no. Those are nice, but no, we are not going to do them. So yeah, this is not going to be available on the Cricut site. And I thought, oh gosh, wouldn't that be great to be a Cricut contributing artist? And they were like, you lady are batshit crazy. We are not going to host those designs. I'll show you, I'll just show you a couple of them close up here, because I know people come and go right off the live. We come, we go, we come, we go. Okay, here is, look at the center of this one. It is my sunflower design. And those little cuts in the center would be like, gosh, smaller than 1/8 of an inch. Yeah. Thank you, Teresa. But yes, they are finicky. So you might have to cut, you know, 6 pieces of paper for one layer and you'll yell at it. But once we get it going, it's much better. So this is the design that we're cutting now. And we're cutting these, this centerpiece here. They kind of look like daisies to me. Crazy. And then as it comes out, we've got like this Moroccan style up here. Thank you, Teresa. I appreciate that. And then I'll show you another sunflower here, because they do look different. Like you saw the gray one. Oh, now I got my hand stuck. What have I done? I stuck my own hand to my design. Don't pull, don't pull, walk away slowly, don't pull. Okay, here is another sunflower in creams and taupes. And then if you can see the very top layer of the paper, super duper delicate. Very, very, very cool. So those are the 3 that I have here right now. And we're making one. I'll show you this one though. This one is not as intricate. And the center of it kind of looks like little fish scales. So they're 5 to 7 layers of paper each. And I'm making them with Recollections Collections cardstock. And you can purchase the designs on my website. They're there right now. We put a discount code. Use YT Mandala, Mandala. Here is the scale one that I just showed you, but done in pastel blues. So pastel blues and creams. And do I have another one here? Nope, that's it for right now. We did show you our wall earlier when we did a studio tour. So if you want to rewatch the live, while we were first cutting this design out, this one that's taking forever and being a pain in the butt, it already screwed up the paper once. We did a tour around the whole studio. Those are amazing. I would have guessed, but you know, the thing is that they're layered. And because I'm using this double-sided foam tape, it gives it more depth to the layers. And if you're new here, don't use glue, because the double-sided foam tape is acid-free and glue is not, and you will discolor the paper if you use glue. So it might not be visible the first week or two, but in a year from now, you're going to look at your art and go, oh my goodness, why is my paper all turning brown? It's because the paper gets discolored with the glue. So use the acid-free double-sided foam tape, which I get. It's 3M tape. I actually go and get it at Home Depot because it's cheaper. than at the craft store. And I used to be a professional wedding photographer, so I know quite a little bit about art and paper and like archiving things. And by used to be, somebody's like, what? She did what? For years and years and years, I was a wedding photographer. And then I met my husband. And one weekend he said to me, do you want to take pictures or do you want me to buy a trailer, like an RV? I was like, well, let me think about that. So like, just like that, I quit being a wedding photographer. Because if you're a wedding photographer, you work every single weekend. And I was doing weddings and I was doing real estate photos and I was doing maternity and boudoir and family photo shoots. And I was like, you know, I could be done with that. So I quit. And I work for myself, so it's pretty easy to quit. But I was a wedding photographer for years and years and years. I actually started with film, so that tells you how old I am. And you actually had to know what you were doing if you were going to shoot with film, because there's no undoing it, and there was no, you know, pull it up onto Adobe and fix it. And then as the years progressed, transitioned to digital. Oh my goodness. Let's see if that one worked. Okay, I'm more excited about that one working or not. You are a go-getter. I really am. I'm bound and determined to have an amazing life with a whole bunch of really cool stories. So I just keep working at it. Okay, so here's the cream one. Ooh. Okay, everybody say a little prayer. Please don't be bracked. Please don't be ripped. Please don't make me have to cut this again on live TV. Please, please, please. Thank you for listening to my prayers. Oh, Lord above. Amen. Everybody say a prayer. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to flip this over. And if you guys are just new here, you're thinking, what the freak is this girl doing? But we're praying that the paper doesn't rip is what we're praying for. And we have these tiny, 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 fine little cuts. And we're rolling the green mat away from the design with our fingers going back and forth, making sure we're not pulling on anything. We want the crispest, most perfect, we can't have one thing screwed up on it design, because I don't sell crap. There's the end of that story. Okay, give it a little flick. Give it a little flick. Let me see. I know you guys are dying to know. Let's see. This one is also buggered. I don't know if we'll be able to fix this. Oh, you know what? Just a second. We're doing that from the wrong side. Just 1 second. I might have one. It's going to work. Amazing. Okay. What? Whoop, whoop. Okay, so this is the right side of paper. The other side was the wrong side of the paper. And you will see that we have teeny, 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 tiny little ones that we need to poke out ever so gently. It's going to take you, you know, probably a good half an hour, 40 minutes to even get these tiny, tiny, tiny little ones poked out properly, and make sure that you're not pulling them from the other side. You might have to get like put it down on your mat and just poke where they're coming out and then pull it up away from the mat. But this one is going to work. Amazing. Okay, so this one is for this design, and it's this piece here right in the very center of it. So unfortunately, we're going to run out of time on this live. I am going to put this other one together, but this is going to work. And here we'll start cutting the next layer out while we're still putting this other one together. But this is the very back piece. And then this would be the next design. So you'll see the black is going to start coming out of there. And we'll put the third layer into the machine here and see if we can get it cut while we're putting this other one together. But we will have to go at some point here, probably before it's all cut, because my phone's going to die. Like pretty quickly, actually, my phone's going to die. So we need to get at it. Okay, make sure you've got all your little bits and baubles. This is a new mat project, if there ever was one. Use a new mat. Make sure your needle is perfectly clean. Make sure you don't have any scraps on here at all. And we'll pull up the third layer here on my computer. And we're going to say done. We're working our way back from the bottom to the top, and we're only turning on one eyeball at a time. So we're going to click make. These are sized for 12 by 12 inch shadow boxes. The shadow boxes you get at Michael's, they're on sale right now in Canada. I don't know about the States, but in Canada, they're on sale, 2 for $39.99 and get 2 free. So you can go and get some shadow boxes if you need it. I'm signing off for today. Bye. We'll see you again. Thank you for being here. Okay, we're going to use black for the next layer. We're just alternating black and white and cream for this one. Down it goes. You'll need your brayer. Roll that sucker on there so it's nice and firm. And if you're just joining us, we use the cream colored Recollections Collections cardstock from Michael's. We cut that layer twice because when we use the white, it totally buggered up and it's garbage. So don't use the white paper from Recollections Collections, and it's the one with the shimmer on it. I believe they sell them for $1.29 Canadian. And we're using cardstock for intricate cuts with more pressure. And I'm just going, I always pull my blade out, and I just have a quick look and make sure you can see there's a couple of little things stuck to it. I'm going to pull those off because I don't want any chance of anything going wrong. And that's one little thing that I can do very quickly to just reduce any like chance of something going wrong. So the machine will do its whole measuring thing. We'll come back to this part of this other mandala. Make sure you don't have any giblets, any weeding from that other project out, because if you do, it will fall in between these and you will see them after you frame it. Okay, so now we've got this layer is done with double-sided foam tape on the back. We're just going to make sure we've got it right way round for the design part, because this design is a little longer than it is wide. And we'll get that lined up perfectly. Have a look at it before you push anything down. I have a teeny tiny piece of something in it. This is where it will help to have some tweezers in your repertoire. That can happen so quickly when you're working on multiple projects really close to one another. I don't know if you can see it, but it's in there. All right, give it a little tappy poo. I should not have weeded that other one right so close to this one. Okay, so that's stuck, and now we're gonna do the top layer of this one. So this is gonna be super fine. That's gonna be the top layer. Like, did anybody see what I did with the scissors? They're under the Cricut machine. Yeah. Okay, so who have we got that's new here? Are we just still watching from the old stuff going on? This is how thin I need to cut these for this next layer. Very super fine. You don't want them showing. So you could probably even cut these all in half. Do halvesies. Does anybody play darts and knows what halvesies are? I used to play darts every Friday night, and now I just let my husband do that. And I stay here. There's some crazy people there. I was not having a good time. Just a bunch of people that like to drink and do drugs. And I'm like, you know, this is not my scene. I'm gonna go home. So he doesn't do any of that, but he really does enjoy playing the darts. And I just can't stand around to be around people like that. So I'm like, I'm tapping out. You go right ahead. But he just ignores it. I'm like, I don't know how you can do that because they're bloody obnoxious. But teach their own. So now I stay home on Friday nights, and well, I don't always stay home, but I just kind of do my own thing. And it's actually been pretty good for me because I don't often get like a day where I can just like reset. And Fridays are often that for me because he actually goes, like he works until about 3 o'clock, and then he goes, he has beers with his work crew. And typically what that is they all go up to a pub, and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So they have a happy hour beer, and he has whatever, you know, meal is on sale or whatever that night. And then he hangs out there, and they solve all the world's problems, and have been doing it for like 25 years every Friday night. And then he heads on over and plays darts, and he's fed and, you know, had a beer. And then he comes home around 11 o'clock. So that's actually gives me, you know, from Friday morning till Friday night to do whatever the heck I want to do. And I just love it. So these are layered mandalas. We make them with Cricut machine. They're SVG downloadable designs. So they should work with multiple machines. You can buy them on my website. I linked them in the video description, and the coupon code for today's video is YT Mandala, MANDALA. They're sized for 12 by 12 inch shadow boxes, and the shadow boxes are on sale at Michael's. And we do a members only giveaway when we reach 20 paid members of the channel. We're going to do this huge giveaway valued at 400 Canadian dollars of prizes. And in the giveaway is a FAF quilting box that's got quilt rulers and rotary cutter and rotary blades and needles. And then it's got a rotating cutting mat. And then we've got 2 coordinated placemats, Christmas placemats that we made on a live here a couple of days ago. And then we've got my new book, which is available on Amazon, called From Zero to YouTuber. We've got a fabric tube maker by Clover to help you make jelly roll rugs. We did a live with that a couple days ago. And then yesterday we did magnets. I've decided to add fridge magnets to my business. So we made a bunch of those yesterday. Super annoying to begin with because I could not figure out the machine. Partly because the instructions came from China and partly user error. I think more user error than bad instructions, but you know, is what it is. Got it figured out. And then didn't I stay up till midnight last night making magnets, having me a good old time in my craft room because they were super fun. Once I got going, I was like, oh, I really like making magnets. So you'll receive 6 Christmas magnets. In the live video, we did say 4, but now that I figured out what I'm going to do for packaging, there'll be 6 in a package. So you will receive 6 fridge magnets if you are a paid member. And when we reach 150 paid members, I will do a random draw from all of those names and pick a person, and you'll have to give me your address, and then I'm going to send that off to you. So thank you for joining the channel. And if you don't want to join the channel, we have lots of videos with those little gold presents on them. And just watch those videos and follow the instructions, and you can win a prize for just being a subscriber of the channel as well. The prize obviously isn't as big as the members one, but they're pretty freaking good. I do say so myself. All right. A couple more snips here. Kind of watching the battery on my phone. I'm sure it's going to go, you are out of time any second now. And then I'm actually going to go and finish cleaning my house, which I started this morning. I got all of the basement done. Hallelujah. What a mess. And then I have all of upstairs to do, but I've already started all the laundry. So I'm on like the last load of laundry here today. All of our bedding and everything, just stripped everything. So we've got a couple bathrooms upstairs and the floors and stuff. And I haven't cleaned the house like properly for quite a little while. It's probably like I've washed the floors and the bathrooms, right? Don't get me wrong. But I probably haven't scrubbed the house in about 4 weeks. And we had some construction stuff going on because I had a flood here in my office, and then we had to tear apart the drainage outside, and then the fence, and yeah, it's just been like one project after another. And then, you know, the lawn got ripped up and stuff, so there's a little more dirt on my floor upstairs than I like. And you know, despite wiping it, like washing the floor here, you know, every couple of freaking days, it hasn't had like a good scrub in 4 weeks. So today's the day. I do not like a messy house. So I did downstairs, and then I had one of my regulars wanting me to do a live with these, and then of course the live didn't get going here properly. I think it was like 4 times before YouTube let me get it set up properly. So I am doing the live, and then I'll go back and do the upstairs of my house. And I don't care if it takes me till 10 o'clock tonight. I'm not going to bed until my house is clean. Yeah, these are very, very, very fine little pieces, and we're gonna get it. It's gonna be okay. Thank you for all the hearts and thumbs up and everything you guys have done throughout this live. I really appreciate it. You are helping me grow the channel. Don't forget, I'll put a fundraiser in on the channel as well for Kiva, which helps facilitate actually microloans for underserved people. So I do support their platform, and have supported a lady that has a sewing business actually in an underdeveloped country. So they apply for these microloans. Once they pay them back, you can either withdraw your money or you can choose to support another person. And I kind of think If more people in the world were able to make their own reliable income, we would probably have fewer problems in the world, which would end up costing us less money in the long term through support programs, because we wouldn't need to be supporting these people if they were actually able to earn their own income. And they don't even have access to banking in a lot of these situations because there is no banking. So then how do you build a business if you can't even get, you know, a $400 loan? So I do support the platform. And I'll put a link in. I made a little team for Home Stitchery Decor. If you want to join my team, you can start for as little as $5 and or don't like give as much as you want. You're not donating it, you're loaning it, because you can take it back out. But can you imagine, like, if somebody like Bezos went on there and supported all the loans that were on there? Thanks for spamming my channel, Jesse. I appreciate that because it helps my content get seen. And also, please go away. Nobody wants to hear your stuff. They came for me, not you. Which is arrogant, but also kind of true. And I don't get the spamming. Like, why? What do you have going on in your life that would warrant you spamming somebody's YouTube channel while they're making a mandala? This is weird. Somebody explain it to me. They need attention. Okay, a couple little more. We don't want any of this flopping around long term, so this is super duper fine. One more over here. I don't even know where that one went. Oh, it's here. It's stuck on my scissors. We've got low battery mode going on here. Of course we do. So we'll just get it finished up right away here, you guys. All right. This is the last layer. Can everybody see? And we're just going to quickly pull off the green paper as quickly as we can before our phone completely dies. We need one more little one over here. I need to find a thing that will charge my phone while I'm doing the lives. But if it does go dead, you'll know that I was doing my best to get this one done before everything went dead on us. How many more? 20 more to get off of here? 30 more? 2. 3. I've got a little bowl over here, you guys, that I just chuck all the little green papers into. If they make it to the bowl before they fall off my finger. And sometimes it's just easier on these to not use the little Cricut tool to hold it down, but sometimes it's okay. Do whichever. If you pull it up, you might be sad, but sometimes this helps pick the paper is what I'm trying to say. And sometimes you can just whip around, because these ones are so tiny. I'm just whipping around, pushing them down with my finger and then pulling the green paper off. And every once in a while one wants to come loose and I can hold it down with this again. Almost, almost, almost. What's everybody gonna do when we're done here? Just told you I'm gonna go clean my house. And when I say like clean the basement, I mean I did under the couch, all the windows, all the pictures, all the, just, oh my gosh, like took all the pillow cushions apart and put new inserts in them. Did all the laundry, took out all the garbage, vacuumed every single inch, like with the hose around all of the edges, and then came and did a live. So my work today was a little bit messed up time-wise, but we will get a sellable product out of here today. Come on, green paper, let go. The trick with this one is they are very fine and you don't want to see them through the other, like the front side of it. So make sure you cut these very, very, very scant. Ten more to do. Of course, my finger is going to get stuck on one. And I just fight the urge to put the glue on the top layer. I know I've seen a bunch of different YouTubers say, oh, just put glue on the top layer, it'll be fine. It won't be fine because the glue is not acid free. So you will discolor the paper, and you work so hard on this. You don't want to discolor the paper after all of the time you take to put this thing together. So there it is. We've got all the green off. And now we're going to put the final layer on the top here. There we have it. One layered mandala. What do you guys think? Do we love it? An hour and 47 minutes into it. We did do a studio tour. I guess I could have started this before we did the studio tour. The second one is cutting out. It's going to take forever. It's going to go way too long for this video to get that one done. But you can see that this is the layer that did cut, and we just need to weed that properly. And if everybody's cool with it, I'm going to go clean the rest of my house. But did you have any questions before we go? Check on the big camera. Thank you, Scrappin' Mama. Gorgeous. I appreciate it. Here, I'll show you again. And then you're just going to square this up on a piece of, well, we could do it on this one. So you square this up on the 12 by 12 inch sheet and then frame it in a shadow box. And pick the color that you like. So here's a cream color, but I think this one might actually look good on gray. Let's put gray color. Just see, oh yeah, it's way better on gray. See how it pops on the different backing. So square this up and then frame it in that 12 by 12 inch shadow box from Michaels. So here is it on gray. I'll show you on cream again, just in case you can see the difference. It kind of gets lost on the cream one and it pops on the gray one. So just depending on the way you layered the colors, just check it out for yourself and see. All right, so I guess that's it for today's live video. Thank you guys so much for being here. Support the channel by subscribing, hit a heart button, all that kind of fun stuff. Join the channel if you so choose. It's a couple of bucks a month. Get in on that big draw. And until next time, you guys have yourselves a wonderful day, and we'll see you again. Bye. I got to turn this off, and then I probably have to hold it because, you know, It never actually turns off properly. Nope, not going to do it again today. There you go. You get a real close-up of my face on the way out the door. Bye, you guys.